Good morning and welcome to our Start Your Day Smart. Today we're going to be talking about a very famous quote by Jim Rohn and how the content of the last 3 days, self-belief versus self-sabotage, perseverance, when does it become futile, and the formula for success, B times do equals have. We're going to talk about all them and how they fit into that quote. So you're here this morning with Martin Baillie, your business coach at Start Your Day Smart. So welcome. Please come on and join us. Let me know you're there. Come and say hello. Let me see you by saying good morning in the chat box or just sharing what you feel for the day. But today is all about your mindset, our mindset, and how that mindset in the right place can help. How are you this morning? Hope you're well. Welcome. I think that's your first time here. Welcome. Or is that Rob? Is it Roma or Rob? Well, anyway, good morning and welcome. Nice of you to join us. So don't forget, hit like, hit share, get the love hearts going. Let's start building this community and let's start talking about what it is that will really change things around. So it is Rob, it's not Roma. Well, morning, Rob. Sorry, it has come up as Roma on my screen, but good morning, Rob. Sorry about getting that wrong. So look, we're here talking about you, talking about your mindset, talking about how you can change your mindset to change outcomes, change direction, change what how you go about achieving your dreams. So the quote we're going to start with this morning is a very famous quote from Jim Rohn, and it's, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you fall into someone else's life plan. And guess what they've got planned for you? Not much. So how does that really reflect on what we were talking about over the last 2 or 3 days? So we started Monday, we started talking about Emma Rakitic and her fantastic win over the weekend at the USA Open, and how that self-belief that she had taken her through from qualification right the way through to absolutely smashing the final in straight sets against somebody who was far higher seeded than she was. And how that self-belief she had overtook the other opponents' self-sabotage, because they I don't think they were expecting what they got, and the voice in their head will have started talking to them and actually undermined their potential performance. So, how does that fit into the quote I've just said from Jim Rohn? If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into somebody else's life plan. Well, there's a number of different things there. I mean, obviously, if you don't design your own life plan, well, if you don't have self-belief, or your self-belief's not strong enough, you're not going to take the time to sit down and design your own life plan. You're going to have too many doubts. Oh, I can't achieve that. Why am I bothering thinking about it? I'm just not going to be able to achieve that. So you're going to have that self-sabotage. You're going to have that little voice again saying, don't be silly, you can't do that. Instead of self-belief going, look, actually, I can do this, so can you just be quiet, please, and just let me go up, get on and plan what I want to do? So that's where the self-belief and self-sabotage comes into that potential, into the quote that Jim Rohn's talking about. And then we moved on to perseverance the next day, didn't we? We started talking about perseverance and when was perseverance futile. And I, at that point, I quoted indulge me, a famous Scotsman, Robert the Bruce. And his saying was, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And it was all to do with a spider who just kept on spinning the web. Every time it broke, he came back and spun the web and broke, spun the web, which was fine. And that was perseverance. And he kept on going. And that's a real message from that quote. However, perseverance becomes futile if you keep on doing the same thing over and over and again and expecting a different result. So the perseverance only actually works when you do this, you persevere where you want to get to, but you adapt, you learn, you change, you try different things, you move in different directions to get there. That's when perseverance works. If you keep doing the same thing, that's another famous quote, which is, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. So that kind of sums it up. If you persevere without learning and knowledge, then you're just not going to achieve what it is that you set out to achieve. So let's have a quick check-in. If you just joined us, say hello, come on, say good morning, let me see you there. If you're already joining us, if you've got any thoughts or anything you want to share, just get them into the comment box. Let me hear what your thoughts are about this stuff. Let me hear how that relates to you. Let me hear what takeouts you're taking away from this stuff. What changes you intend to make at the back of the conversation that we've been having over the last 2 or 3 days, if you've been with us for the last 2 or 3 days. So perseverance, how does that fit in? Well, look, if you get the self-belief to create your own design your own life plan, then the perseverance of sticking with that life plan is absolutely essential. There's no point in creating a life plan and then all of a sudden going, wow, you know what, I've done a plan, but it's great, but it's in the cupboard somewhere, or it's stuck under all those papers over there. You need to persevere with that plan. Morning, Dawn, good to see you. You need to persevere with that plan. You need to persevere. You need to keep on believing and sticking with it, plugging away at it, understanding we're driving it to the direction you want to get to, but learning and adapting on the way. So the quote of Jim Rohn, and I'll read it again: if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you fall into somebody else's life plan. And guess what? They've got a plan for you. Not much. So yesterday we started talking about the formula for success, which was be times do times have. Morning, Alex. Good to see you. Nice of you to join us. So be times do equals have. That is the formula for success. And we talked about the have. So the have's the plan. The have's the dream. The have's your life plan. What is your dream? What is your life plan? That is the have. Then you've got the do. That's the perseverance. That's what you stick with. Persevering. You keep on doing. Do. Take action. Act. Activity. Don't stop and wait for it. Don't sit there and wait for it to happen. Guess what? You'll fall into somebody else's life plan and they've not got much planned for you. So you need to keep on acting. You need to keep on taking action. You need to keep on moving forward, not standing still. And then you've got the B. And the B is the big part. The B is what Jim's talking about in his quote is this B is about knowledge. This B is about you understanding that actually you might not have all the skills that you need at this moment in time to enable you to do those things that you need to persevere with, to have the things that you've got set out in your life plan. And that B is so important. And as I stated, I did stress this quite a lot yesterday. That B is so important, because unless you see, actually, let me give you another Jim Rohn quote. It's a bit of a Jim Rohn morning this morning. To sum that one up, Jim Rohn's quote is, never wish your life was easier, just wish you were better. So what he's really saying there is, and we all come across challenges, we all come across hardship, we all come across, frustrations, bends in the roads, U-turns, but don't wish that the road was straight and easy. Actually, just understand that you've got to work on yourself and make yourself better at what you do or what you need to do to get to where you need to get to. So this is all about self-development. This is all about understanding you need to develop yourself, that actually nobody's going to come along and develop you. You need to develop yourself. So before I go any further, if you like what we're talking about, then please like and share, get the love hearts going. So we're looking to build a really good community here to take this forward. And give me your thoughts. Come on, get some thoughts into this text box here, the chat box at the moment. You're all a bit quiet this morning, so get a few thoughts about this stuff. What stuff that where you've actually done this, or where you're taking some learning, or changes you're making right now. Let me hear. I'm really keen to hear what you've got to say. So this self-education bit, the development bit, as I say, nobody's going to come along and develop you. You've got to go and look for that development. Whether you look for that development in books, whether you look for that development in courses, in speaking to other people, in investing in a program, you've got to look for that and then understand and embrace it, and take that learning and keep applying that learning. Because if you take the learning and you don't apply it, then you're back to perseverance being futile, because you'll persevere and things won't necessarily always get you where you want to get to without the knowledge. So we've got a comment coming here. So I love the quote: the hardest part of a 1,000-mile journey is the first step. Yeah, Rob, you're absolutely right. The hardest part is taking the first step, but it's knowing what that first step is the key. You've got to know what the first step is. If you don't know what the first step is, then absolutely at the end of the day, you're just not going to go. You're not going to get there. It takes away the fear of doing stuff. Yeah, without a doubt. Taking that first step removes the fear. There's a very simple. If you fear it, do it. There you go. If you fear it, do it. If it's not going to kill you and you fear it, do it. Because actually, what's the worst thing that can happen? It just doesn't work. But you've done it. You found out it doesn't work, rather than just fearing it and not doing it. So look, that kind of sums up the last 2 or 3 days of what we've been talking about. You know, and that quote from Jim Rohn: if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's life plan. And guess what? They've got a plan for you. Not much. Just stick with that mantra. Get that mantra in your head, because it's really, really important that you make sure you have a life plan, that you do then do the things you need to do to get there, and you concentrate in developing yourself to become better at doing these things, and you'll get there quicker. Just going to cover off a comment from Alex. So Alex I read the E-Myth at least once a year. It keeps me doing the right stuff. Alex, you're absolutely right. The E-Myth is a great book. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. It really helps people understand how they need to plan and grow and build a business. It's a great book. So I'm going to tie us up for the week there. Look, to everybody, have a fantastic weekend. Go away, get your minds in the right place to finish this week off. Get your plans in place for next week and go and smash your day. And I'll see you all on the Monday, 8:45 to 9 a.m. See you all then. Thanks a lot.